All right, well, our reporter Ziniko Mhlaba is outside Zanzou Bar and Lounge, where several people are gathered in protest, and joins us live for more on the story. Ziniko, a good evening to you. I can just imagine, you know, the sort of conversation that's being sparked all over various platforms in the country, and we'll be hearing some of those opinions. But talk to me about the activity as we speak outside Zanzou Bar and Lounge.
That's right, Naledi. We are just outside that establishment itself, Zanzou. However, now we are seeing one political party, the Economic Freedom Fighters in Tshwane, here protesting, singing. They've been here for the past hour or so. They're here to express their own condemnation of this incident. Remember that in the last hour or so, we spoke to the provincial commissioner, who did confirm that they are hot on the heels of the perpetrators themselves. So the Economic Freedom Fighters are here. Also remember that EFF is part of the coalition, or is part of the municipal legislature here in Tshwane, and they hold one of the portfolios responsible for health. So it is not shocking that we're here. They are here today. So I'm going to try to grab one of the leaders we're going to speak to, so that we get more details about what is it that they bring him here. I'm joined now by Mr. Philip. Can you come through at this side? We'll be speaking to Mr. Philip Mua, who is the deputy chairperson of the EFF here in Gauteng. Mr. Mua, thank you very much, sir, for talking to us. Talk to us about your visit here. What is it that you are for, but also your reaction to the videos that are circulating on social media.
Yeah, thank you very much. Firstly, we are here to make sure that we force the employer or the establishment to comply with the human rights of our people, particularly the workers who are working in this establishment. Second to that is that we are shocked and aggrieved that excessive force, that is arrogant, has been used or unleashed against the workers who have been working here, and of the alleged thieves who have been alleged that they are stealing phones across Brooklyn and Hatfield. While we do not dispute allegations or alleged thieves, we refuse with the contempt it deserves the excessive force that has been used against the alleged, because we believe that there are laws that must be followed in our country. There are laws that must be followed in order to make sure that those who are thieves are able to be dealt with properly according to the laws of South Africa. Second to that is that we are dealing here with the same establishment that the EFF has visited 2 months ago in 2024 in Brooklyn, with the same issue of workers, of treatment of workers and exploitation, the marginalization of these workers, particularly on the issue of compliance. And that is part of the issue that forces us to be here, that the establishment must not be opened, the establishment must be closed immediately until the process of investigation is concluded. And we also form part of these discussions to make sure that once and for all, the employer or the establishment is able to be addressed properly. Thirdly is the issue of which we are thinking of engaging Psira with an immediate effect, that it cannot be correct that we are subjected to bouncers that are unregistered, and more particularly not properly having documents to be employed or to be deployed as security officers who are using this excessive force against our people. We have been told that they have been dismissed, but we are not certain. That's why we're still here to make sure that engagements and discussions between the EFF and the establishment continue, so that the conditions, even of those of the workers, are able to be conducive.
I mean, EFF is part of the government here in Tshwane, and of course the issues of non-compliance are a serious problem in Tshwane. You understand that there are many other establishments, and the municipality has been working hard in terms of trying to visit this establishment to ensure that they comply. But how do we then take proactive action to prevent these incidents from happening, but also monitoring? Because you are saying that you've been here before and they are still not non-compliant. So in terms of monitoring and ensuring that there are preventative measures that are in place, how has that been going?
In our midst, we are joined by the MMC of Health, who we have summoned immediately to come and address this issue. As a matter of fact, the MMC has promised that the emergency and even the department that is responsible for fire and even the MMC of waste, who is also here, will form part of the discussion or of making sure that the establishment does not work now until we check the issue of lessons and compliances. But be that as it may be, for as long as the investigation has not been properly addressed or reported to the parties that are involved, we have said that the MMC must make sure that they check the issue of compliance, even in terms of ventilation, in terms of the workers' issues inside, in terms of the food that they are selling, and even the alcohol that they are busy with here, so that their license is checked firstly, and then it must be terminated, because we cannot continue to have a same establishment that continues to behave like this anonymously and left unattended to.
I mean, I know you might not have this information, but from your members who are residing here, is there any information that you can share with them in terms of the owners, who they are and where their whereabouts may be, but also more insights if you have any information regarding the victims themselves? Is there anyone maybe who can give us more insights from your side?
We are told that, no, we had workers here who are working here. They've just excused themselves now, but we are told that the owner, it's a guy called Mr. Stevens, who's owning Babel in Brooklyn. And then we are also informed that he ran away today, flew to Lebanon in the morning. And we were trying now to speak with a certain guy called Mr. Neo, that we are anticipating that we'll be meeting with him now to address this issue as a matter of urgency.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Philip Mua there, who is the deputy chairperson of the Economic Freedom Fighters in the province. He's saying that he's here, but also promised that some of the EFF deployees who are part and parcel of government in Tshwane, they'll be here in terms of trying to respond and see how, through their portfolios, how they'll be able to ensure that the owners of this establishment are held accountable, but issues of compliance are also followed to the T. So that's the latest from us here at Brooklyn in Tshwane, just outside the establishment that has been making headlines throughout the day. Back to you, Naledi.